So, you like the sound of modern rock guitar? Let's find out one of the biggest secrets behind the sound next on Music Surgery with me, Dr. Bob. Hey, you guys, quickly before we get started, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. And don't forget to check out the Doctor's Lounge, my store, and the links to some great samples below in the description of this video. So we all know that tuning, string gauge, pickups, amps, effects, and more go into making a great guitar tone. But what are they doing to get that modern day radio guitar tone in rock music that seems so elusive? Watch this. All right, I want to give a little insight of how I learned this technique. I learned it from David Bendeth and Dan Corneff, and I learned it when I was working on the Papa Roach record that we had two hits off of, Kick in the Teeth and Burn. Now, I was just the co-writer on these songs. I wasn't the producer or mixer, but I was asked by David Bendeth, the producer, to come in and co-write with the band. I worked very, very, very hard on these songs. The writing, the demos, they kept some of my tracks for the final masters. And I went not only the extra mile, but the extra mile beyond the extra mile because I cared so much about Bendeth and Dan Corneff, about the band, the process. I was so thankful to be there that I was going to do anything I could to try to make these songs successful, and they were. By doing this, and here's really what I'm trying to say, by doing this and gaining the trust of these two masters, they started to show me things, and they opened up their wisdom and their knowledge to me about how they did things and certain sounds and techniques, and it forever changed the way that I approach producing and mixing. And so, you know, as a younger guy getting into this, and, you know, we had hits, so it all worked out. It worked out great. But going the extra mile for people goes a long, long, long way. And anyway, it did for me. And let me show you this technique. I've got a bounce of edited drums and bass here. And let me play you that against a guitar track. Okay, so here's a guitar track. Here's a guitar track. Here's the edited drums and bass, just a two mix for the video. And here I have the direct signal of the guitar. Now, getting the direct signal off the guitar, I use this box by Radial. I'll show you a picture of it here on the video. And what it does is you go straight out of your guitar into this pedal, and the pedal splits your signal. So one side of the signal went directly into Cubase or Nuendo or Pro Tools, whatever you use. And the other side goes to the guitar amp. Now, I know for a lot of you, you already know about this and you've been doing this, but this is very important, and there might be some people out there that don't understand this, don't know how to do it. So let me show you. So I use this Radial box that splits a signal. So now I've got this signal of the guitar that's coming directly off the guitar, no amp or anything. Here's that same part, exact same part played from the other side of the box through a Marshall amp. Recorded with the 57. It sounds like it has a little bit of slap on it. Now, the reason we do this is, for one, when I'm looking at distorted guitars, it's very hard for me to see the transients where these are just blobs, you know, especially in sections like this. This is just a blob. But if I have the direct guitar to look at, which completely coincides identically with this, I have much better editing points. So let me show you what I mean. So here's the beginning. So I can tell that this guitar, here's the beat, this guitar is rushed. So, I mean, there are things in Cubase that if I cut this one, it'll cut this one too, but I don't know if your program has that. There's also ways to identify these transients and quantize them. I don't know if your program has that. So let me just get the concept down. So I know that this should really be on this beat. And this should be over here more. So if I can crossfade these and make that sound good, we're going to be in much better time. So let me keep going. Let me cut here, 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 and here. So I know this transient is also early. It should be here. And this one should be right on this bar line. So, crossfade these together, all of this. And let's see what we have. If it's played much tighter, this first bar. Now, let's do the same thing here, where we have a little more action going on. Guitar player is just a little bit ahead. So let's bring him here. This looks good. That looks good. This might be a little bit ahead here. So let me bring this back. Crossfade that. Go on to here. Looks good. Here. That's pretty good. I'm aligning these transients with the grid marks. Now this is for super tight guitars, obviously. Now this one's way back here, so let me push this one forward. Sorry, it was way forward. So as you can tell, now let's listen to the groove of this guitar. And opposed to what it was before. I've just copied this over. These bars aren't quite as bad, but you can tell the beginning is way out of time. So let's listen again here. That's how, even with the greatest studio players and whatever, people need to be tightened up. It's not going to be perfect, and part of that sound these days is pretty perfect because these drums and bass have been edited perfectly. So with these transients, we're able to see so much better with the direct guitar, so that's why we do a direct guitar. We also do a direct guitar because we can reamp this, because this is like a signal coming right out of the guitar. So let me find, what do we have? Let's do guitar rig. So now this guitar rig amp is on our direct sound. You can reamp this many different ways. You can get another dirty sound or a clean sound. What I'm going to try to get a clean sound here. And let's brighten it up and take the bottom out. And maybe what this will do is just give us a little more attack, because we've got a dirty sound. Here's without it. So, again, with it off, with it on. And if I wanted to just go to a dirty, I mean, I could go to without. So as you can tell, that can go a million different ways. But we are killing two birds with one stone. We're getting great editing, clear editing by seeing all the transients, and we can reamp. So you can see the box I used and guitar rig. I'll leave links below to Sweetwater. Also, there's a huge, today's Thanksgiving. This will timestamp this video. So if you're watching today, when it comes out, happy Thanksgiving to all. If you're watching another time, there's no bad day to be thankful. So I'm still thankful for you and thankful for many things. And I'm going to be hitting hard the Sweetwater Black Friday sale tomorrow. I've got some insurance money left over that I need to spend on gear. I've done a video about how my studio got torn apart, and I've been waiting on Black Friday to buy the last few things. So I'll also leave a description below for the Sweetwater Black Friday sale. Check out that stuff. Sweetwater's my hometown music store. I grew up in Indiana, half an hour from it. So anyway, that's it. Make sure to get a direct signal on your dirty guitars. Well, there you go. Not only do you get a clear way to edit your guitars and tighten up those transients, you get a direct signal to reamp your guitars as well. Do this technique once, and I promise you'll do it the rest of your life. Thanks as always for watching. Give me some comment love and a thumbs up below, and hit me at drbobmusicsurgery@gmail.com if you want to say hello or you want me to work on your music. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you the next time the doctor's in.